Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome to another episode of the Geek Dhaba. And today we're going to talk about the Umbrella Academy. And before we get into it, let's open the Dhaba. Welcome back. And we're going to be talking about Umbrella Academy. And I have to say, I like this season.
I love that. I
Like,
mean, let's just start off right away with the dance number we've had in
that
this season.
chaotic gas dance number to get to Footloose. My
Footloose
God.
of all things, and the original the Kenny one, and I was just like, "What is happening?" Even though you warned me there was gonna be chaos right off the bat, but I did not expect that to happen, and I was very confused. But then we got explained to it because of the Venom thing that happened
Yep.
with number 4.
It was still one of my favorite scenes in the entire season. Just that random
Yeah.
dance off out of nowhere. You think that yeah, let's go. They're gonna fight. And all of a sudden, and I'm like, yes, let's
I mean,
go.
I loved it exactly. Like I loved it as much as I loved the I think We're Alone Now one that we had in the previous seasons.
Yes.
But my God, I loved the soundtrack of this entire show so far. But I mean, what else can you expect from somebody that was in My Chemical Romance?
But it's also great that they use when they won, another one bites the dust. They're just like celebrating when another one bites the dust by
Yeah.
playing in the background. My God. Oh, okay, so chaos aside, let's get into the series.
Yeah.
It was a good season. I think it had a lot of development for the characters, and obviously, the end of the world, they did not get to escape the end of the world as expected.
Yeah.
Right?
As expected.
They have their own problems now, and I think that this was really good development for all the characters, including Luther.
I agree. Like we're moving past the doomsday thing, which has been kind of been used a lot by the show in the past 2 seasons, especially as well. And I'm glad we're moving past that. I'm glad we came to the point where they don't have any superpowers by the end of it. We know for a fact that Allison has pretty much died by the end because we see her with the daughter and with the husband from one of the timelines
Yep.
that she ended up in. But honestly, like the amount of time traveling we saw it was breaking all the rules that we saw in Doctor Who, which was ridiculous. But I did love it. I love the arc. We got Vanya coming to terms with who she is, accepting her identity, and then eventually we got to see them transform to Victor.
Mhm.
And everybody just being very accepting of it. They're like, okay then.
No, I love it was a little bit of both, right? It was a little
Yeah.
bit of acceptance and a little bit of we don't care, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's great for you, but doesn't matter,
Yeah,
right?
let's move on. We
Yeah,
have
so
bigger things going on.
like that's another thing that I love, right?
Mm.
Like I'm okay with it. Yeah, it's cool. Congratulations to you, Victor, but you still don't speak for this family, and I'm like, that sums this up perfectly. That sums this up
I
perfectly.
mean, it was very low key energy from that scene where he's going, yes, that's very sad. But anyway,
Yeah.
I mean, I just got reminded of that energy.
Yep.
And I loved how we are still like, up until season 3, we were staying pretty accurate with the comics, except we got a lot more of the sparrows in the show. We got Vanya not in a wheelchair because in the comics, what happened was Vanya was shot by number 5 in the head and she ended up paralyzed.
Mhm.
But I'm glad we came to this. I'm glad we got to see Hotel Oblivion finally.
Yep.
But I mean, Reggie, I mean, I was really hoping he would be the good dad, but that's
Even in
impossible
the
for that
comics,
man no
he's not
matter.
a great dad. I mean, I think he is transitioning to the monocle role though.
Yep. He's already there. I mean, like, he already got there around season 2. Season 3 just confirmed it, especially at the end when we saw him with the dead wife that was first on the moon, but now back on Earth.
Yeah. I mean, we got hints of it right, when I saw him fight Diego in season 2, right? So I was like, oh, that we have the monocle, but then it's like, okay, it's not exactly like the
Yeah.
monocle, right? And then now at the end of season 3, we
Yeah.
definitely have like very strong Monica-like vibes.
Yes, we have the world takeover with his brand name, and we've got the Monica.
Yeah. Great. I mean,
I'm glad we got a lot of the sparrows as well. I'm glad number one has formed more of an identity just besides being number one on the team.
yeah.
He got to be more Luther this time,
I'm
which
just
I
glad he's
absolutely loved.
I'm just glad he's over Alice. And
Oh God, same. I was not the biggest fan of Allison since the start, but Diego remains my favorite character, honestly.
Diego. It's
Diego
a
and
lot of
Lila were just the chaotic energy that we needed on the show.
Lila is nerfed
Lila
in this
was
season.
kind of yeah.
Lila is really nerfed in this season, in my opinion. She is the strongest of them all.
Oh, she is for sure. I mean, even in the comics, she is hands down the strongest. First, we had Vanya when she started realizing what her powers were, but then we got Lila, and she can basically just copycat anybody's powers. I mean, if that doesn't make her the strongest, and she's able to use them, not just chaotically. I have no idea what to do here.
Yep. Oh, and let's talk about some of the subplots that were just
Hmm.
fantastic, right? The mother's
Hmm.
subplot, that all the mothers are dead,
Yep.
right?
And the
The
way they the way they explained it, I was just like, what the hell is happening? It had to be that kid.
yep, his subplot was nice too. The Klaus subplot was also amazing,
Yep.
right? Especially just
The
like
him being the founder of that entire thing, I was just like, what the hell? Like I didn't get why they had to do that, but by the end of the season they actually like came to that conclusion pretty well, especially with how he actually listened to his future self for once.
yep. I just
Because
like.
otherwise he was refusing to.
By the way, the actor who plays number 5, please cast him as Damian Wayne.
Oh my god, yes.
If anyone,
He could be great for that role.
he needs to be Damian. He was born to play Damian.
Oh, for sure. But that's a conversation for a different different podcast because
Yeah.
that's a whole spiral we can go towards.
So the show was just great. It was better than the last season, for sure. Right.
Yeah.
I think the first season is the weakest of the season. The show just progressively gets better.
It does. I'm just hoping Netflix doesn't decide to cancel the show after it does the classic 3 seasons and the show ends.
I hope not.
Thing that
I
they
think
have
a lot of
started doing.
I think a lot of people were waiting for Umbrella Academy season 3, and I think a lot of people are waiting for season 4 now too because it was just
Oh,
great.
for sure.
Like, I waited 2 years for this season, so like just saying,
Yep, that is very true.
right? So yeah, I mean, like let's talk about overall. I think it was great. I think the characters were done their just desserts. We got a lot of really cool characters in the Sparrow. I honestly love the Raven
I'm
character
s- yeah.
in the Sparrows. I'm obsessed with her abilities.
I know I love Raven as well, but honestly, like one of my favorite character improvements besides Vanya's was Klaus. I mean,
I love Klaus.
I mean, like he went from being the basic drug as that deadbeat brother to the one that can revive himself from the dead,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
he's actually able to bring Ben up, and I just loved it.
That's what I'm saying. That subplot was like really nice. The entire Klaus subplot where
Yeah,
he goes off and gets killed
yeah.
like 30 times.
The the game of catch the ball became really aggressive and intense at one point.
Yep. Like running into the buses and stuff. I mean, like, it's just good. I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's a reason to not like this season, right?
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I loved the Sparrows. I loved, Umbrella Academy. Subplots were nice.
yeah,
I think that the only character that was the weakest in the entire show, if I had to pick, was Allison. Right? Her motives were just. I
yeah.
mean, I understood them, but they were still on the weaker side,
Hmm. Yep, I agree.
right? And then Victor did a really good job.
I love Victor.
Yep.
I mean, Victor was pretty good with how he handled his role, and I am glad we got to see Ben even in the show. And I hated how the sparrows just died one by one. But we got to see Ben get further than his egotistical way he was handling his role at first.
Are we missing anything in the world? End of story. Oh, Luther's wedding. It was
Yeah,
great. It was great.
I loved it. It was
Yeah.
as chaotic as you would expect from the Umbrella Academy and the Sparrow Academy.
Yep.
But I loved how we had a very bonding moment where they all just sat after the wedding outside, drinking and just
The karaoke
hanging
scene.
out. Only for Luther to die like 2 scenes later.
Yeah, poor guy. I just like the entire show, like the entire time, it's like pretty obvious that he's a virgin, right? And then he
Yeah.
just the second he gets with I forget her name, Gravity Girl, right?
Yeah.
The second he gets with it, he's like, I would like a condom because that's what I do now. Just like
I mean, his innocence was showing throughout the season. Man, the way he fell for Sloane was just obvious throughout.
I don't know if you
She was
guys,
such a better choice than Allison.
yeah, much better. If you so, I think that's it. Let's go to scores. For me, this season was an 8.5 out of 10.
And I would give it a 9, even though we were missing some stuff, but still it was a pretty good to watch.
It was good. I enjoyed it. Loved it a lot. And yeah, on that note, let's call it a close. Did you guys like the season? Do you guys agree or disagree? Let us know in the comment section below, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, see you later.